So I recorded a video about how the dark and the light go together within us, and we can send love to those aspects of ourselves, loving our light, loving our darkness, loving our shadow, loving those memories when they come up in the body. When you have a memory that comes up from something, from stepping forward with your life, you're expanding, and those places can come up. We can send love to that energy. But I wanted to record a video related to what creates the split, what creates this difference that for some can be seen as a story. It can be seen as the spiritual warfare. There's, the story created about why this happens and how that is separate rather than being a part of the whole, being a part of oneself in a state of oneness. But what happens, this is what I've been noticing with myself, is that if I'm in a situation and I judge the situation, that's the split right there. Judging the situation, and then especially taking that perspective that there's some kind of spiritual warfare or there's this split happening, and so that must mean that, once this judgment happens within oneself, that this is now separate, that it's now a part of some story about, some kind of entity that is against or is separate. Basically, that's all there is to that, to what I'm saying. But we need to be easier on ourselves when this happens. I mean, you want to expand, right? You want to go into new areas of your life. You want to meet new people. You want to travel, do new things. In order to do that, if there ever is some kind of split, if there is some kind of judgment that occurs, typically based on the past association to it, that's okay. It doesn't have to be a big deal. You can send love to that part of yourself. Judging something, if this comes up, doesn't have to define yourself or your story. If we're even talking about stories here, which I'm not always the kind of person that is following this story, but I do recognize that whenever there is some kind of split and then there's a judgment of something new that's come in, I tend to go back and ask why. Why do I feel this way? Why am I feeling that I'm not whole with this? Why would this be something that's bothering me in any way? But I'm coming from a place of oneness more and more as I do this, as I realized why I might feel a certain way about a new situation or a situation that could come up that could remind me of a different situation. And I'm loving that part of myself. I'm loving that part of myself that needs some space, because sometimes we do need space, just for there to be some kind of judgment. It doesn't have to mean that there's anything right or wrong about that, but I guess that's kind of beside the point of what I'm saying in a way. Yeah, send love to that memory, whatever could be coming up for you in any given moment. Send love to it. Send love to that energy. Send love to that response that you have within you. And I feel like this is kind of different for different people. So I've kind of hesitated recording content like this before, because if you're in a situation that you very obviously need to apart from, get distance with, then that's going to be the best thing for you. But as time goes on and you're settled, you're in a more stable environment, you're in a place that is functional for you, can start to recognize how much of that situation is actually really against you, or is it trying to help you grow? Is it a part of your soul's journey to expand that part of yourself and incorporate it? Because the more we do this, we can recognize if we don't like something, well, how do we feel about that aspect of whatever that is within ourselves? And this is not to say that if something comes your way, let's say this is like a person that you don't particularly like or something, it's not to say that you need to outwardly love them, that you need to do anything outside of yourself. This is to say, it's kind of like when people would say, you know, God bless you in response to a situation, just to say, I send love to this energy, send love to them. But as we're doing this, this is why I really like the phrase, send love to this energy. It's because there's an intent to send love to myself in that process. It's a new way to respond to something that is perceived to be other than. And the more that we do this, and the more that we can learn from whatever it is and incorporate that part of our lives if we want to or not, just to learn from it, the more we can become whole and live in a state of oneness. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to hear more messages like this.